Welcome back to my channel, Chat South Africa with Pammy T.
I just arrived. Is the president coming? I just arrived.
Is the president coming?
I just arrived.
When last did you speak to him?
I just arrived.
When last did you speak to him?
I just arrived.
Is the president coming?
I just arrived.
People are saying that we're doing this for the G20, but it's one of the crackdown to reclaim the city.
So by now, you guys are probably thinking, why is Pammy T always giving us updates about keeping Jozi clean? Is there nothing else that she can possibly update us on? Ndwana, I am super passionate about these cleanup campaigns. I'm extremely passionate about anything that positively impacts my city, Joburg City. So I'm super glad that President Cyril Ramaphosa has finally noticed the unpleasant state of our city and is actually mobilizing some action towards the cleanup of the city. Now, the best news that I've heard today is that there's a factory being built close to FNB Stadium. These are good news as it will assist us with unemployment. JHB has a very large population and many are unemployed.
I forever remember the other time when I came to the city when a building had burnt down. I got a sense that our people were really living in terrible conditions. And we can turn that around. Those abandoned buildings where the owners have either run away should be subjected to the law we've just passed, expropriation, even without compensation. They should be turned into living accommodation. And it falls very wonderfully in the interpretation of our Constitution and the law itself. And it would be for a useful purpose for our people.
So, 100% President, I hear you. But if I'm to recall, you saw the state of the city when you went to view that burnt building in Marshalltown. So why didn't you mobilize a cleanup team at that time? Let's take a look at this.
Obviously, this needs to be investigated. I was talking to the Premier earlier, and we are going through, and they are going through the process of setting up an investigation process, which the Premier and the city will announce in due course. We've got to go to the bottom of what caused this fire and also address from now on. It's a wake-up call for us to begin to address the situation of housing in the inner city. That a building like this, which I'm told used to be a home for abused women and children, once the lease had expired, it was then hijacked, and we need to get on top of this and find effective ways of dealing with problems of accommodation, of housing, and services in the inner city. So the people who are, the mayor is here, the municipal manager and members of the mayoral committee like Councillor Dada, Morero and others are here. And they will be applying their minds, and I want them to find solutions and better ways of dealing with the challenge of housing that we have in the inner city. So once again, condolences to the families of those who have lost their lives, and I know that people will be upset and fearful, and those are issues that we've got to deal with, and we will deal with them.
So hijacked buildings have been an ongoing problem within the city and the surrounding areas. I remember that burnt building story. It was very traumatizing, even to Chwaku. Take a look at this.
I'm sort of traumatized. It's a bad scene. There are burnt bodies beyond the recognition. That site, I've never seen that site before. 64 of them have confirmed to be dead. Cause of fire, the guys are still going to be checking out into what's happening. The probable causes is your candles. Mother said by illegal, this connection of the building here. And then they said one of the things that really was an issue was that inside the building itself, looks as if there was a gate which was closed, so people could not get out. So we saw a lot, when the firefighters went inside, a lot of people who came from the floor, they actually got stashed onto the gate which was closed. I think it was a security gate because internally, these buildings, if you remember, I was doing the operation Manjan and Namhlanje inside. When we came out with the EMS, we've declared them, most of them, that they are not safe. The EMS have actually closed them, many of them. But as you know, that we're the problem in terms of, the human rights, in terms where do we actually going to put those people. So in terms of the transit accommodation, to put these people so that these buildings can be renovated and all of that is still an issue. But the main reason here that there's a high death toll of the people is a lot of partitions and the gates in between where people are. They say people, they wanted to really scream and they should get out, but they could not. Many burnt bodies were found actually stashed on that gate. At this bottom here on the level floor, also there's people, they've actually had an informal settlement sort of. You had a lot of people that have built using like high flammable material, your wood and all of that. So that is an issue. So yes, on our side we've got the team which is coming in. The disaster is here. And so we're gonna give them the mattresses and all of that, and then also the housing. I see that it's here as well, meaning that we are going to get them the alternative accommodation at this point in time. Yes, so that is what is happening. It's a very traumatic. I've never seen bodies like that bent beyond some recognition. There were also kids that were there as well. There's I think there's a 12-month-old kid that actually got bent out. It's a very sad scene.
So Uchwaku is a man I vouch for on any day so far. But it's clear that what he saw and witnessed at that incident was an eyesore. But was it not enough of an eyesore to actually do something about the state of Johannesburg and its surrounding areas? Guys, there is a lot that is happening in Johannesburg and its surrounding areas. A lot, man. Just take a listen to this.
Moment, according to the immigration, we have arrested plus minus 150 those illegal immigrants. And we have arrested the so-called kingpin because there's not yet proof, but that's what these people are saying here, that this is the kingpin. And there's some drugs that we find out, and some of them, they are I think in the third floor.
So this Nigerian guy in this video was found with a police card. This is, of course, illegal in South Africa, and he was taken in for questioning.
If you want to lock, I'll lock your card. Lock. Lock.
Kodwa ke, all in all, G20 or no G20, the city and its surrounding areas are getting a makeover. So pick it up, and the city of Joburg cleaners have also been invited to the party, as we see them gearing up for action over there. So I sincerely hope that this is the beginning of something new for Joburg. Personally, I just wish there could be a law that regulates what people could actually sell in the city. So what do you think, South Africa? Is this possibly the start of something beautiful, something new for the city of Joburg? Let's chat. Let me know what you think.